All right, what's up, friends? Hey, so we're testing a live stream. We've had some technical difficulties, so we have a two laptop stream. Actually, this is a single laptop stream. This is the M4 Mac Mini by itself. We're going to see if it works. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the comments in Ecamm here, but we'll maybe give it a minute and see if we have someone that can help us test this here tonight. I'm going to be mixing all night, so we'll see how much of it we stream. I'm going to go private in the Mix Academy's VIP membership. And yeah, so if you're watching this back, this is basically a mix from the beginning. I've kind of been working through this, and I was like, I got to test this live stream, man. We got to do some more content here for you guys. So, okay, first things first. We are live. Looks to be recording, so that's good. Next up, go to our handy dandy checklist. Here, you guys are getting kind of an inside look. Watching this back because this is exclusive to Customer Mixing Modern Worship. But I use my stuff, and so here we go. So we have finished kind of the rough mix. I've got the balances, just kind of rough balances. I did do the phase alignment for the drums. Let me go ahead and put things where they should be. And I started putting the drums and the bass together, and I was like, you know, there might be someone who wants to hang out and mix a song with me. So we're going to give it a shot. Let's see, anybody else join? There's a couple people, but let me see if I can find it on my phone. I may pull this down. We'll see how it goes here, but at the very least, let's see if it's working. Look at that. Right on. So we'll just kind of keep that open here. Sweet. All right. Very last minute decision to do this, but let's go. Mixing a song. So I'll kind of keep an eye on it. If you guys have any questions or anyone watching this back has any questions, I may share this with the email list here in the next couple of days. So feel free, post them down in the comments, and we'll get you an answer. Let's hear this from the beginning. Just kind of trying to understand what's the song about, what's the vision, what's the emotion of the song, all of the important stuff that we need to figure out before we start really putting plugins. You'll see I've got almost no plugins. I phase aligned, I did some balances, I picked my panning positions, and I don't even think I have any cue, except the vocal I messed with for a minute, just threw it through Xbox Pro for a quick rough vocal. We're going to mix the vocal from scratch here. But my man Rico, this is his daughter, and I got us a gospel track to mix tonight. So let's see what comes of this.
I have a promise God made to me that my eyes haven't seen, yet I still believe that by faith I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence is what I say is what I see. There's no doubt in my mind it will work out for me. Yes, I do. I work out for me.
All right, so we got some DI acoustics. We'll have a word with my brother Rico about that, but they don't sound as bad as most, so we'll give him some credit for that one, but still, gotta mic those acoustics. All right, so let's go. Let's see who we got. We got a couple of people hanging out. Man, drop it in the comments. Let me know what your name is, where you're watching from. Would love to hang out with you guys, interact a little bit. Not just, it's not a spectator sport. Let's see what we got. What was I doing? Acoustic guitar. And we're going to try the spectral mode here. I really like it. We're going to give it a go on the acoustics, kind of tame the harshness.
So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember He is faithful to His word. He keeps His promise. Oh, I know it will work. I know it will work. That lie won't fail.
All right, what do we got? We got Edison from Brazil, my man Luis from Haiti. Man, so pumped to hang out with you guys. Feel free to ask questions if you have any. Just starting this mix, so it doesn't sound like much, but I assure you I'm a pro mixer, and by the end of this, I won't sleep until it sounds amazing. So let's hang out. We got this percussion. I think I'm going to bring that up. Just getting a feel for the song, trying to understand what's going on here.
I remember He is faithful to His word. He keeps His promises. So I know it will work. I know it will work. It's gonna work. Yes, it will.
Listen to that drummer. Come on, man. This might be Rico's son. I mixed, give you some backstory. One of my first videos ever. It was probably within the first year or so of me starting with the pro audio files back in 2013, 14, something like that. It's been over 10 years, man, since I've known Rico. So Rico's son was the drummer on a project that I mixed for YouTube, if I remember correctly. And just a killer drummer, man. I wouldn't doubt that this is him. It's his sister's project. So let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. Oh, it sounds so tight, but it sounds like there's like a lug or something loose on the kick. Yeah, that sounds like a loose lug or something, but we'll see. Okay, I'll tell you what. I was feeling pretty good about that. I worked the bass a little bit. Man, I think I'm ready to dive into this. So emotionally, we've got, man, it's a gospel song. We got the worship aspect. We got praise going on. I'm dancing a little bit. It feels really good. I think we just got to keep that upbeat vibe. Obviously, vocal needs to be the star of the show. Man, we just got to make this rock for them. So nothing too, it's not a song where we're like, it's a deep emotional sadness or anything that we're paying attention to necessarily, but we're going to try to match the energy of the track here. So we're just going to kind of check off some of this here. Most important elements, we know it's going to be drums, bass, piano, those, just all of it. Tons of tracks. We got to make it work. Once we get a little bit more familiar, I think we got piano, some guitars that are going to be forward with the vocals, definitely the background vocals, drums, bass. Those are our main elements, right? Getting those right. Balanced, feeling good, keeping the energy high. And then for supportive, I'm going to say that it's going to be some of these textures and these elements down here. The acoustic guitars are definitely supportive. The guitars may come in and out from being supportive, but organ supportive. So most everything else is going to be supportive. I'm going through this just for some of you guys may be laughing at me. I'm going through my own checklist here. I don't usually do this. It's a great check at the end, but I just created it for my students, and I want to make sure that as I mix the song that I didn't skip any steps or an important details that I needed to update. And so I've got Canva open so I can update my my mixing checklist as we're doing this. But so far so good. I got one thing that I had to change. So let's see, any comments? What are your rates, and do you teach as well? I sure do. Thomas, thanks for hanging out with me, man. Go to themixacademy.com. I also have just niched down. I'm going to be focused on, here on the channel, lots of worship and gospel, CCM, and all things fun. And then in the Mix Academy, we mix it all. So we'll mix rock, pop, jazz, funk, gospel, you name it. And I'll put all the links and stuff down in the description. But as far as rates go, I'm about $1,000 a song. And then I do deals right now for May. I'm actually $500 a song. And then I'm doing a package where I'll mix a song of your choice, whether I provide it or for artists. Obviously, they would submit that. But then $1,000, you get the full tutorials and everything this month. So $500 per song to mix for the month of May, and an additional $500 for the tutorials of me mixing the song through. So, working on my brother Rico here. I think we're ready to get these drums hitting hard. I think it's going to be exciting the next probably hour or so. We'll go ahead and tell you what, great recording. I'm not used to getting such clean recordings. Mix a ton for Dr. Toomey over in South Africa. We get some recordings that are really great, and then they had an engineer over there that just is killing it. I forget where he's. Johannesburg. I can't remember where the studio I like. I got to look it up. But there's one guy, man, that's just a world-class pro that love mixing his recordings, but then usually they're not great. And so there's a lot of fixing it in the mix. But this kick drum, I say we start with it in, and then I may go ahead and show off my new kick system that's in the course as well here. My man Joey Fernandez, Grammy-winning engineer, but mastering engineer, just incredible ear. He has given the stamp of approval, so we'll see. I don't know if he's got any tweaks for me, but feeling pretty good about where we're at with the new kick system that I created. I've got basically it's a fancy way of saying I've got kick subs that I've EQ'd, compressed, designed to not hit the mix bus, so you just get a punchy fat bottom end every time. I'm going to show it here in a minute. And then I have five kick subs, right? So sub kick tracks that are all different. And then you can pitch shift them, detune them, tighten the curves, ADSR, all that stuff. And then I have mid-range and up samples, 5 samples. And so the combination of one or more of any of them is been a lot of fun to play with. We'll show it off here in a minute. I'm not sure if it'll fit this particular song. This genre is a little different, but we'll see. We'll put it to the test. Kick in, kick out. We're going to go ahead and grab these toms, pull them down here and see if what I brought into my... I think we'll use the live toms. No need to overcomplicate it on this one. And we have how many? 4. So we'll go to our template, panning them. We're going to fix the panning here a little bit. That should work. We'll get rid of the tracks we don't need. Cool. And let's actually solo those in here with no processing. Yeah. A little dissonance in that first one, but love the floor tom, man. Okay, I tell you what. Let's turn on our chain and see where we're at gain staging wise. Okay, it's a decent starting place. We're not going to need the CCM gated tom verb. We don't need that one either. Let's get some... Put it through some room mics here. Get some... And the big boy. digging that. And let's check our gain staging in this here. We're fine there. It's giving us very much the scooped smiley face EQ curve compressing against it. I don't need both of these though. This is let me see. Versus that's not good enough. Man, I like both of them. I like both of them. So here's what's going on right now. I've got the Pro MB is a preset I took over from when I used to use the Waves linear multiband on toms. There was a preset called the Floor Tom 1, I think is what it was. And these are the settings from that. I just brought that over and tweaked it to the Pro MB here. And then in my template, I've got that. Immediately just scoops mids and gives it a smiley face EQ, a little snap to them as well with the compression. And then this is my EQ curve from when I don't want the snap from the compression. I can just switch over, but this was a little boxier. And so I think I'm going to use both. We're just going to rock that. Let's check the gain staging from the Studer. And I want to make sure, hey, let me know can you hear the audio? Are you guys hearing the Kevin, my man? Thanks so much for hanging out, bro. Thomas, thanks again for asking. Pumped to have you guys hanging out with me tonight, man. Feel free. Any questions? It's a brand new mix, so go easy on me out of the gate. We're just roughing it in, but yeah, that low end picks up, got more energy, so we'll keep that. I'm digging this, and then STL Control Hub. Shout out to these guys. I use this a ton on drums. I want to say more like your hat, your ride, your overheads. You can come in. I'm streaming, so if you're, what's up, buddy?
Just came up. Do you want a tea?
That would be amazing. Thank you. Throat coat, please. Throat coat. So STL Hubs here. Give a shout out to these guys, man, making great tools. I don't know, what is this even doing? Floor time. It was just in my template here. I recently added it to my template, but yeah, just a little compression. We'll leave it. And cool. Let's check out the kick and the snare. The hat ride and overheads, I think, are going to be. Let's put them down here and we'll clean this template up a bit. It's almost to the fun part. Right now it's a little boring. Forgive me, guys. But if you have questions, let me know. What are you most excited to see? And then I tell you what, an even better question. What genres do you guys mix? What are your genres you mix or you desire to mix the most? Let me know. I got my phone here. It's giving me... Sounds great in the ears, Kevin said. Right on, man. Well, that's a shout out to Rico because I've barely done anything so far. We're just getting phase and getting the tracks in the template. So I was very impressed with the drum recording. I'm excited to know if Rico did it. And if he did it from home, it sounds really good. Okay. Other than what I think is a lug. It may not be a lug. It may just be... Need to tighten it up a little bit.
Do you have a cup that we could use?
I don't have a
I'll
cup.
wash one.
Thank you, Bubba. What do we got? What genres are we working in? We got some R&B. Okay, right on.
So when I wanna throw in the towel.
What's up?
Can mommy ask for the AirPods and she said
AirPods.
she'll come
I
up
gave them
with
to her already. They're downstairs, I think. She had them earlier.
Okay.
Yep. All right, let's mix these drums.
So when I want.
This kick sounds phenomenal. Man, we may not even be using the kick system. I'll pull it up and show you guys, but... Okay, let's go to Nolly's preset here on the gate and the snare. Hear all the cymbals that... Cool. I would say we probably could still use a little tightening, but let's let it live. Let's let it breathe a little bit for now. And we'll blend some samples and see what comes from that. Now, there is a snare roll I heard in my rough mix. That's lots of... Okay, we'll tighten that up. Let's go ahead and do the same for the snare bottom. Cool. There's that roll. Okay, let's go ahead and make this dynamic. We're going to do some upward. Not liking the top end splash. I want more top end, but we'll go to a sample for that. Let's just get this rounded and punchy. Yeah, digging that. Okay. See what we got in the comments. We got my man Kevin said, Christian as always, but haven't mixed anything since Brandon's last app. Dude, slacking big time is an understatement. That's years, bro. Gotta get you mixing again. Okay, cymbals are nice, but they're a little bit dynamic. Let's come down here. Just kind of listen to the drums stutter in there. Listening to the drums, trying to figure out the direction I want to go for this. I'm in between samples and live or blending. I think this is a song we're going to blend. You know what? Let's put that 50. I've been using this 50 channel, the Lindell. This thing is the compression's incredible. The FET, it's ridiculous. Take a listen to this here. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna tame some of this up here. I'm almost, man. Let's see what this spectral does for us here. No need to high pass it. It's been done. Let's check out the ride, the hat. Yeah, man, I think we're going to be... Let's just replace that. Do the same thing here. And get that EQ probably... Oh, you know what? Let's start fresh with this one. Clean this up a little bit. We don't need all this right now. Worship snare. That's that deep snare. We don't need that. And I think we're just going to rock with a custom snare. for this one. We may just pull in the gospel template and see how it feels, but all right. This one feels like it might already be compressed. Okay, for now, we may do the tom trick and clean them all up individually, but let's see how VMR with the filters takes care of it for us. Let's raise our threshold a little bit. Okay, a little bit janky, but let's see what it sounds like in the mix. So it's just the two there. Yeah, we need more decay than that. So let's go grab the release. A little better. Not punching through quite as... Okay. Then we'll just tame that a bit. That feels pretty good. Let's find, is there an exciting tom fill? Just right at the top of the song, we have a nice tom fill. This one already overloaded. That one right there. Overloaded because this one hit and then it hit again. So we still ringing out. So what we need to do is... we could do a couple of things, but at the very least, we need to break that and fade this one down. It's still kind of doing it. So we're going to throw a Pro MB, a shelf, make it dynamic. I was right there. Yeah, we might have to automate that. Okay, we'll come back to it. Let's see here. Put a note, Tom overloading. It's not overloading anymore, but it's still kind of... So we'll need to, let's see. Let's mess with the kick drum. They're both going to the kick level. Let's hear the drums. Tell you what, man, with some EQ and some compression, barely any compression, this thing is punching. Sounds great. Man, this almost doesn't need anything. We just need to get it, maybe a little click in the...
Out in my mind, God can't lie. It will prevail. So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember He is faithful to His word. He keeps His promises. So I know it will work. I know it will.
Kevin, what do you say, man? You said, what do we got? Slacking big time. Yeah. And then you said, where are you now? In Florida? Well, you've been down in Florida around the end of the Nope, we are not going to be in Florida. We're trying to head even further north, working our way to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It's wild. Grow up in Orlando. It's like, let's just move really far away from... That's not what we said, but we love Idaho. We love the mountains. We love the water. Coeur d'Alene, man. So we'll see. But still out in Colorado, the mountains of Colorado right now. We left Florida, Virginia, and then got to Colorado. So weather's beautiful. We just had, I don't know, a foot of snow or something like that here where we are, and then melted the next day and back to 70. So wild weather out here.
So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember He is faithful to His word. He keeps His promises. So I know it will work. I know
Yeah, I'm not mad at these drums, but let's go ahead and show off the kick system a little bit. So this is exclusive to customers of Mixing Modern Worship, but we'll see. Does it work on gospel? And I say kick system, it is 5 kick subtracks that I created and 5 kick clicks. And then I haven't combined the kick subs yet. I don't know that I want to. I've made them pretty powerful. But here's our first one. Let's see what this guy, let's get our gain staging correct. Let's go find the hardest hitting kick. We got a lot of harder hits out here. Dynamics are all over out here. That's great. That's what we want. Great drummer. I want that build, the crescendo there. Let's see what we get here. Way too much, way too much, way too much. And we don't want this to go to kick level. We want this one to go to around the bus processing. Still too much. Kick bus, mix bus. Let's go down. Turn this guy down. And we've got the limiter on. I know what it is. In my modern worship template, I have ozone on, and I do not have it here. And I don't know that I want to have it on here. So let's see. We're going to have to shape this a little bit. I imagine we're going to need to cut some lows from it if we're not using the ozone template. Okay. And then what we're going to do is duplicate this. We'll just take everything. But then here we're going to go kick clicks. Unless it crashes on us, which Pro Tools is known to do. Okay. Can't find my kick click too. I don't know. We'll have to make sure we copied that over correctly. Okay. So, and then what I want to do is duplicate this again, and we're not going to put any inserts on it. And we're going to put that back down here. And we'll just know that these are the original kicks. And then here's my kick. So for now, we'll mute. Whoops, sorry, guys. We'll mute that. And let's see what we have with this guy.
One for me. Work
Okay, so it's working pretty good, actually. Let's see, what click do we have? We have just kick number 5 on here, and then we've got kick 1 detuned, 10 cents, which I love. It's feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling that kick click on the left ear. What's going on with that? Ooh, there's where it's coming from. I was going to say, man, my drums are lopsided. Can I claim them as my drums yet? If I haven't, yeah. They're still Rico's drums. They sound good. But we've got to do some work here. Where is that? It's got to be the hat then. Got a lot of click in that kick hat. No, it's not. It's overheads? No. It's definitely not the overheads. It's the toms. Is it the toms? Nah, we gated them. Nah. Where's that coming? There's something that's not routed correctly. Mix is 100%. Is anything panned to the left here? No. It's a kick click, so it would be here. Nothing panned to the left. 100%. Let's turn that off. What's happening? Are those? Oh, how did that get? Oh, because it was a stereo. Oh, okay. There it is. So this guy, that was painful. Let's go into the mix because I duplicated it but forgot to route it correctly here. Kick level. There we go. Okay, now we can work in peace here. Yeah, that sounds pretty nasty. The low end's a little bit too much for gospel, I would say. I need to tighten that up. I need to choke it a bit. Let's go back to our low end here. This just sounds so good, man. Okay, so I like the tuning of it. We're going to come back and solo the bass, but we got to take out some of that sustain. It's a little much for... Okay, let's take a look at a couple of these. So here's the kick low end from kick number 1. Okay, here's number 2. Again, a little bit too extended for this genre, but it's got a pitch to it that I'm not feeling for this one. Let's go to number 2 or 3. A little muddled. This one's... It's not bad either. Let's tighten it up a bit. All right, number 5 is a contender. Let's go back to 1. A little bit muddy. I don't like the tone. We'll mess with pitch, but a little too much. Nah. Okay, we got to get the balance right. We got to EQ it a little bit, I think. Because of the tuba situation, not having ozone on there, but yeah, so I'm getting pretty fancy, but it didn't need it. It sounded pretty good. Okay, let's pick the kick click. You know what? The first thing I really needed to do was set my gain staging. I get excited. Start hitting play on this. Let's check that. I'm going to make sure the hardest hit that I see here I think it's this one of these. That should be across the top with nothing inside of it. And then I should be able to, let's pull this back. Still, see that? It's still all the way to the top. That means too much gain staging. There we go. Now we're in the realm of, we want that specific hit to be across the top of the GUI here. Right across the top. So about there. Okay. Now, by setting the hardest hit in the session to the hardest here, the what would you say for that? The highest setting here, yeah. The visual to be across the top of the GUI. And by doing that, it's going to allow us to then control trigger better. And so we're going to go to our sustain and release controls. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to put release and dynamics and velocity. There we go. And we're just going to have a play with this a little bit here. Okay, so that felt pretty good. Trigger's triggering accurately. Now, the hits that are just, he's grooving, they're not hard. So I want those to be a little bit harder. So I'm going to reduce the dynamics a bit and keep him to kind of, he's a great drummer. I'm going to let it follow him pretty good, but just to restrict him a bit. Like those hits right there, those are good to build, but yeah, and you can feel the drums right there. It's building. I use a sub pack. I've got it right here against my chair, and I lean back into it. Can feel that building. Dun, dun, dun. You can feel the crescendo. That's great. So we're respecting the drummer's performance here while experimenting with the samples. So let's come over and let's solo that. And let's see how's the. Okay, let's have a play with that in the track.
One for me, I know they work together. It's gonna work out for you. It's working for you good. Yes, it will work for me. My veins.
Okay, I'm gonna turn up the click. Let's do the same thing actually for the click and the kick. Let's make sure our gain staging is correct here. Okay, let's find where's that harder hit. This one right here. Yep, I want that to be the hardest hit. Cool. Now we should follow the dynamics. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Let's go to curves. Reduce our dynamics a bit. And I think the velocity is going to be fine. Okay, so now the click and the kick, I don't mind it, but I think it needs some support. I like where it's at, but let's blend some of these. Let's go grab our click number 2 here. Go down to my DGR folder, all the way down to worship drums, and then Kingdom Sound is the name of my sample pack, and we're going to go kick, click, and number 2. There we go. Oh, that's because I renamed it to follow kick, click, and not click, kick. I know what's going on there. Okay, cool. So gain staging, we fixed it. Okay, let's hear it with the kick. It's got to come up. So we're going to come up quite a bit. Yeah. It's feeling pretty good. So that's obviously in solo. Let's hear a couple of these. Let's hear number 4. A little more natural sounding. Yeah, that could work. Now, I did a video for this for my customers in Mixing Modern Worship. Again, I'll put the links in the description. I did a video showcasing the system, right? It's going to be a system. It might even become a plugin. I've got some big ideas for this, but it's working. It sounds great. Now number 2 here, I mentioned in the video I did it for customers that don't give up on little number 2, because even though in solo it doesn't sound like much of a kick drum, it's got a nice point to it. Depending upon the song and what's going on, it may be the one that you need. So, yeah, got some air to that, some more room tone. I'll tell you what, let's do something here. Before we reach for EQ, let's go ahead and see if we can pick good samples. Let's unmute these. We know we like number 5. Okay, and it's important to not do this in solo. I'm showing it off because I'm excited about my new samples, but so we'll go through and we'll just kind of, that sounds pretty cool. That one is a little phasey with the rest of them. Told you, little number 2 here with that. Just kind of falls apart, right? So if you need more point in your kick drum, you need that number 2 there is going to be a good one for it. Okay, let's pull it back down for now. Let's just see what we got going on. So you get the point. I'm blending them. So now in solo, okay, it doesn't sound great, but I think it's a little bit much on, not that one, might be that one. Let's start over here. Let's build it from the ground up here. Not bad. I'm not mad at any of those. However, I am going to see what happens when I blend. You know what? Let's copy this down to the, where's my gospel kicks here? Pull up my template. We'll compare it to what's already been mixed. Oh, you know what? I don't know if these samples are going to load. It's a new computer. There we go. Okay, yeah, it loaded. So main kick, let's drag this down and let's see how does it compare to my my main gospel kick click. I don't think we need that, but let's put it in here. The ambience, let's mute that one. We'll come talk about that stuff in a minute here. Let's see if we mute these 3. Is it these 3? No, just these 2. We'll call it DG kick, and we'll mute it.
There's no doubt.
That doesn't sound right. Gospel kick level. Tell you what, let's just send that to all drums. Go grab it.
There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Oh, that one. I was like, where's that coming from? It sounds horrible.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
There's no doubt in my mind. God can't lie and he won't fail. His word it will prevail. So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember.
Let's see what we got going on here. go to a more exciting section.
There's no. It's gonna work, it's gonna work, yes it will. Oh God, it's not a man that he should lie. So I know it will. Yes it will work for me. I know.
Okay, so I'm digging the kick bottom I've got, but I'm not a huge fan of the click for gospel. The ones that I've designed in this straight up for more for rock and specifically modern worship type stuff, Bethel, Elevation, that kind of stuff, Hillsong. So I'm not digging that. I'm going to put that away. We're going to make some decisions quickly here. Let's see if we take this guy. Yeah, I mean, that's in my template. That's just the one I've used. I don't know if I want to start messing with this, but let's just see. Let's see what happens if we... Okay, let's see if we blend that click with this kick. Okay, and then we need it to be probably quite a bit louder. Let's go here. No? Okay, I like that kick bottom, but let's see, how does it compare? Let's just turn this off. I'm going gospel for this one, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and put this one away. It's what I'm feeling, right? Like I've mixed hundreds of gospel songs with that kick drum. It feels right. So we're gonna do that. I am, however, I think gonna compare the original. Let's pull this in. And it's kind of like, how does that feel with this guy? Okay, so the low end kind of works. Let's see if we flip the phase on this one. It's more boxy, 100 hertz here, scooped and phasey there. I don't think we need to mess with that. Trigger does a great job following the kick. I think we're going to go ahead and park these for now. Just make some decisions and get this going. I'd really like to spend some time with the snare. So let's go ahead and hear. Yeah. Let's come out. Where's the snare? It's not really featured as much in this song. Okay. You guys still hanging out with me through the boring stuff? Drop a comment. Let me know. What do you think? What do we need to do? What are you guys hearing in this one? It's just a rough so far, so go easy on me. But the snare, I want to... It's a good sounding snare. Let's get it up in the mix. We'll do that here. Just so I can hear it a little bit better. And then... level. I'm not even seeing that in my session. Got to clean up my template again. Let's put this back. Let's put it here for now. And then we don't need any verb. It's gospel. We don't need much reverb. Let's go ahead and hit it with some compression. Not that one. A little too much mid-range bite on that other one for this snare. Back that off a bit. There we go. A little more pop to it.
I can't lie and he won't fail. His word it will prevail. So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember he is faithful to his word. He keeps his promises. So I know it will work. I know it will work.
Pulled the sample in there, but where's there some dynamics with this snare? I know he's kind of ghosting on it. There's not. It's all pretty darn hard hits. I love it. I don't love that in solo like that, but let's hear. Okay. And then the sample. That's that top end I'm trying to bring in. We'll see, just listening to solo for example's sake here. This gain staging is not correct. So we got to fix that big time, big time, big time. All those little hits. I don't know if we want it with this sample, but we'll go get it. Let's increase the sensitivity. Let's cut the lows are already cut. Okay, now in context. Okay, I would like some. Yeah, that sample's not amazing in solo, but let's check out which one. Yeah, so I'm using. Needs to be choked a bit more. Okay. Okay, little improvements. It's cheating. That was a template, but It's kind of a go-to for this genre. Let's feel, where did the drums come in? Let's go back there and see how it's feeling. The snare is hitting with the toms. So I clearly did not set that up well. I'll tell you what, let's not let the snare Yep, and then we'll just have to automate it or use, what I like to do is use a different snare sample for the ghost notes. I go to the Blackbird bundle a lot. They have the best velocity sensitivity, the Steven Slate Trigger Blackbird bundle. So we'll pull that up probably at some point. Okay, so something I'm noticing about this kick sample is that the low end is tracking. It feels punchy. It feels good. But the click in the kick is disappearing a bit from in sections. And so for the heavier sections, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this kick drum. Keep everything about it. And then for this, the EQ, actually, we're going to put it on the back end. We're going to get us a... just the click on its own track. And then what I'm going to do is come over here to trigger in the curves. And we're going to set this, even more. We want it to be a one shot essentially, I guess. And then we'll blend this in. Sitting on top now, isn't it? Yep, so that'll help it. It'll be a little bit ugly and solo, but hopefully no one's listening to soloed kick drums on iTunes or Apple Music or Spotify. Okay, so kick drum, boom. Kick click. Kick am, we're going to just take those down for now. The light we'll leave alone. We may need that. And we've made some decisions, so let's commit to it. Sub kick, all this stuff. We're just going to get rid of it. Cool. And then from when the drums come in, let's listen.
No doubt in my mind.
Hey, what's up, Jerry? Steven? Appreciate you guys.
I do.
You know what? I've got another snare in here. That might be a bit much for this song, but let's just see what it sounds like. Let's go into the way too much for now, but let's. I've got to gain stage that too. Still too hot. There we go. And so that is pretty average. So yeah, we want that to be about. I don't know if it's going to work though. felt pretty good. What's up, Gabriel? So that's our click. And then I want this guy. For some reason, I'm feeling it might be a good idea. That's not the one I want. I'm going to go grab my kick. Man, I landed right on that thing. Is that the one I want? Yeah, that's the one I want. I want kick click number 1, I think, for this. And we're going to make sure it has no low end, probably to there. And then turn this stuff off. This is a different kick drum. And then I don't want the click in this one. I want just the room sound. So I'm going to pull back the attack here a bit. Let's hear just this kick drum. Put it in the mix. Send it to all drums. Let's gain stage it. Not really a difference there. And then the kicks are a little more isolated here where it's more intimate. Could use a little more of it. These are the ones. I'm weird, guys. Autism's real. I gotta look away and like close my eyes to kind of feel it. Not feeling that one in the mix now. Let's do Valhalla. I just wanted to have a little bit of room sound there. Yeah, room is cool. And then I'm just gonna pull that back. Just add like a half-second drum room kind of thing. Let's see if that's enough. Something like that. So in solo, that's cool, but no, it's too much top end. Small potatoes. Nah, I like it better without. Okay, moving on. We tried it. And we're moving on. The kick Amtrak. We'll come back if we need them. Okay, so big wins here. We've got the drums. Let's get the drums and bass. Pitch shift the kick up against that real quick and see how that's feeling. Okay, so the bass, let's listen to the source. Sounds good together. So we have a deep and a dry, deep and a drive. Not even really a DI. There's been some EQ, it feels like, to these. So if we've go... So we need to compress it more. We've got Saturn on. So the low end is stacking, but let's check phase. How's the phase relationship between the two? Oh yeah, they need each other. Okay, so they have in phase low end. It's good to know, but it's doubling up. I don't know that we need all of that. How's it feel with the drums right now? Yeah, it's muddy. Okay, so we're gonna high pass this and keep the. Let's find a good spot for it though. I try not to use steep high pass filters often, but this is probably a case where we need it. Something like that would probably be. Let's see what this one's doing. Take it out. It's a little farty. Okay, a little more dynamic now, but we'll hit that with compression. I didn't like the distortion I was getting from the subs in it. Okay, so right now, so there's some top end in it. A little bit more in this. I don't know, they're pretty similar sounding. He may have multed this. So, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to keep the original bass. We're going to high pass this one. Let's check for phase. I'm cranking on the volume here. Okay, by inverting the polarity or flipping the phase, I'm gaining this stuff here, the low mids, mid-range. I don't know if there was some clarity up there, but it didn't shape the bottom in so much as it was this stuff right around that filter. And so I think I like it inverted. A little too scooped maybe for the genre. Let's check without it again. A lot of low end, but I think it's just stacking. It's unnecessary. We may have to boost without it, but I think I like it better here. So now we have the two of these, and they are feeding Saturn. And so I'm using this for low end sustain, extending the sustain on it before I hit it with some compression. Speaking of compression, let's go ahead and work that in. And if we go to, let's try to hit, you know what? Let's just go to 1176. Need to add my presets back in here, my template. Let's just grab that. And let's hear the bass. Okay, a little better. And then, let's try the 50 channel I've been liking. That's why I haven't done my presets. I've been just hitting 5.0 and pulling this bad boy up. Let's see what this does for us compression-wise. We need more gain staging into it. Let's pull back like 10 dB. Yeah, 6 will work. And our ceiling. Something on that was distorting. I don't know. It didn't like something going on there. Let's just grab you know what? We got our template stuff up here. Let's just grab this and dial in. We don't have to reinvent it. Let's get to that vocal. I'm using the LA2A Silver because it has a faster release time. We've got some subdivided stuff, some different grooves and quick licks with the bass, and so I want to respect that and make sure we don't muddy it up. Okay, there's a preset I think is going to be helpful here in the Slate stuff. Let's go grab the distressor, and there's one in here I used a long time ago. I'll pull it out every now and then. Fat and Warm, I think, is the one. Okay, so in solo, I clearly like without it, but I think we're going to need that compression.
Down in my mind, God can't lie and He won't fail. His word it will prevail. So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember He is faithful to His word. He keeps His promises. So I know it will work. I know it will.
Okay, and then a little splashy up there. We're going to rock the spectral, but I'm going to also use some multiband, I think, for some of those that are getting away from us there. That controls them a little better. I think we still need, put in context, they might need to just come down. It might not be an EQ thing. Let's back that up. Got a lot of that room on there now, though. Went a little heavy. Let's come back. Let's see, you guys got any questions, any comments here? What do we got going on? What's up, Chris? He said, this sounds great. I mix and produce gospel, and I tell you, even though those room verbs are not used a lot in gospel, for ballads, they were, oh yeah, I love it, man. Get a good decay on it. Second sample. Right on, man. I appreciate you hanging out. Jerry, appreciate you guys. Give a shout out to the producer, man. I haven't done very much myself. This is just kind of getting into it. Rico Clark, man, killing it with the production. And I don't know if he recorded it, but if he did, man, he did a great job. We're going to get that vocal in here soon. Tell you what, man, that sounds really good. Okay. Hey, if you guys are interested, I got mixing gospel also. I've got mixing modern worship, mixing gospel. We're going to be doing it all. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Would love to have you guys come back. Check out the free content. I just released a whole course, mixing modern worship. I got the videos, a ton of them up there for free. But then we've got the full system, man. It's just going to be such a blast. Revamping the Mix Academy, and it's just going to be an incredible time. Got the community moving over. We're going to be doing live streams like this inside the VIP. In fact, I think I'm going to break for dinner here in a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and maybe move it private. We might come back. But, let's work the vocal a little bit. You guys have been hanging out with me. Let's kind of just haven't even look at it. Come on. You got to give Rico the props here, man. Look at this. No EQ on anything yet. Let's come down and get this vocal worked in. So she has 2 tracks. We're going to just take her into my lead vocal folder. Shout out to Neuro Audio for the Xvox Pro. Just kind of a quick let's show off. We got their pitch correction and their Xvox Pro on. I'll show you what this sounds like.
God can't lie and he won't fail. His word, it will prevail. So when I want to throw it.
Minor stuff, right? But just what a great plugin to just kind of. The compression is impressive. You're about to see it because we're about to mix it. But let's send both of them to a lead vocal. We're going to move it since we have. Does she stack? Is there a reason to? Oh, they overlap like barely. A couple parts. So we'll just send it to a bus. Here we go, my friends. We're going to go to a new track. We want this to be mono, and this is our lead. We'll just put it there. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let me know if you guys have any questions, any thoughts. Love it, man. Lead vocal, all vocals, and then what we're going to do, we'll pull the pitch down. I don't want to start with Xvox Pro, but we'll come back to it. So we'll turn these off. We'll turn these off. We don't need any of that. And then now let's check our routing.
I know it's come.
We're good. So now we just have her going through the pitch. And what we're going to start with is a little boring. I don't know why. Oh, I'm typing the wrong. 1776 over here. Patriotic. What am I doing? 1176. And let's throw this one. We're just going to knock down these peaks real quick.
I know.
Let's find the high point. We got some stuff out here. She's getting into her a little bit out here. Let's see.
So when I want.
We need more headroom.
So when I want. So when I want to throw.
And we'll just back her off. We had her gain stage because we had no anything on her up against all the drums and everything. Let's back that off and we'll gain it in here. Go to the right spot. Bam. And let's just loop kind of right in there.
So when I want to throw in the towel, I remember he. So when I want to throw in the towel, so when I want to throw, so when I want to throw in the towel.
Okay. And then now, with a little bit of that done, I'll tell you what, let's give Xvox Comp a shot. This will be the first time I've ever used it in a mix. Shout out to Dean over at Neuro Audio. His baby, man, incredible stuff they're putting out. Let's go the combo here. Let's just try some.
So when I want to throw in the towel, I remember he. So when I want to throw in the towel.
Probably in the sweet spot there. Let's check some of them out. We got smooth.
So when I want to throw in the towel, I remember he. So when I want to throw. So when I want to throw. So when I want to throw in the towel, I remember he.
So what I'm listening for here in the qualities of the compressor is this is a one knob compressor. I don't have control of the attack, the release, and so I'm just listening for that, the attack, what's it doing to the initial transients that are hitting? Is it leveling her out? Is it smushing her? Is it making her exciting? I want her voice to be exciting. So I'm going to listen and try to find, at this point still, I'm going to hit it with parallel compression, but right now I'm just trying to rein her in, but in a way that respects her transients.
So when I want.
That's smearing them a little bit.
So when I.
Smeared.
So when.
Smeared.
So when I want to throw in the towel, I remember he. So when I want to.
I don't mind that, but there's a little bit of a breakup in her voice. I think it's from the recording, but it's nothing major. But I like this one the best. It doesn't pull that out. And so let's just lock that for now. And then let's see if we can get some clariphonic top end. The air in Neuro's Xvox Pro is very nice, but you got to be very careful with it. It sounds like an exciter, like a Waves oral exciter, kind of Apex, I think is what it's called, Apex. This one I'm going to go Silk first. This is just the air band, like a Moog EQ4.
So when I wanna throw in the towel.
And that's exactly what I wanted right there. So let's take her out of solo. Let's pull her back in the mix probably.
So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember.
Love the top end. We're not loud enough yet. And so what we're going to do is we're going to keep this as her main track. We may come back and touch that with a little de-essing, but for now, I'll tell you what, let's go for, I'll put this DS, this is my template. I'm going to crush her. Boom. I don't think we need anything else from there. And then we are going to send her to the lead vocal level. So I'll explain this real quick. For those of you guys who are still hanging out with me, my vocal processing starts up here. We got the tracks. They overlap a little bit, so I sent these two audio tracks to a bus. It's a mono bus. I don't know. Why is that stereo? Oh, because Xvox Pro is stereo. We'll just take that out, clear that up, so we're not looking at anything we don't need. And then these two are just going here. This is basically the audio track now. So we hit it with some pitch, some compression, and a little top end boost there. And then now I'm sending it, the full signal of it, into the vocal crush bus. And then the two of these highlighted here are going to meet. They're both going to the lead vocal level. So we're getting our parallel compression blend. And then here we can EQ it more. I like to saturate post compression so that I have a nice even vocal. And then the saturation, the tone from that is nice and even. So that's why the method to the madness here, kind of routing it there. But then, and then I'll send to my effects with that very compressed vocal so I get even chorus, delay, effects. It evens them out much more when you send from that post-parallel vocal chain. So let's take a listen. Let's give her a prettier color too. It just still looks like the rough mix when we've got that as blue. I'll know I've touched it when I've changed that color. So here, let's go out where she's a little more hype with the drums.
So I know it will. So I know it will.
She backed off that microphone, and it does not sound so good. Let's see.
He is faithful to his word. I know.
She's working the mic. I'm not mad at that. I'll tell you what. I'm going to try something here. I don't know if this is going to help. But let's try Clarity's D-Reverb Pro and see if we can pull out some of that room tone from when she went a little hype there and backed off the mic.
So I know it will. Yes, it will. Work for me. I know.
That says dialogue. Let's try singing.
So I know. So I know it will.
It helps a little bit. It helps a little bit. We'll keep it there. I don't think we need it for her softer sections. This one.
So when I wanna throw in the towel.
Okay, so we got a little bit of a room tone, but let's compress it and let's just see what we can get away with. Vocal crush. Again, going to that distressor here. It's not in the mix. We don't need it in the mix. I just need to hit it. Back off. I'm going for at least 10 dB of compression, usually more. If I've hit over 17 on this one, it gets a little funky on me, but keeping it there, it feels pretty good. Now let's blend some of it and get her voice up, and then we'll add our effects. Okay, I like that. I like the parallel, but we're going to need more compression. Sounds crazy, but...
When I wanna throw in the towel. When I wanna throw...
We probably just could have smashed her. We're not really parallel anything right now. We're just using it to get louder. Let's send some effects, and then we'll shape that EQ a bit.
When I wanna throw the town, I remember He is faithful to His word.
And then this Cooper, that was a little chorusing. Now we've got, it's a gentle chorusing. Now we have a preset from the UAD, the Cooper. Well, I'm using the repeater to achieve it. It's a Coopy Cube, the Cooper Time Cube from UAD. Slate Digital's repeater has an emulation of that, and I set it to 5 milliseconds on the left, 20 on the right, and we're going to make her not sound so mono. And so let's see if we can pull her up a bit.
And I wanna throw in the towel. I remember He.
I like to pull that up, exaggerate it a little bit, find the sweet spot, walk away. We're moving on. And then I've got a stereo one. Where's the chorus at? Is that out here?
So I know it will. Yes, it will.
We're going to have to address that. Let's come back here.
So when I wanna throw in the towel, I remember He is faithful to His word. He keeps His promises.
She backed off the mic a little bit on that second track. Okay, so what are we going to do? We need more compression, more volume from her, except when she gets hype out there. We're going to need to EQ that separately. You know what? Let's try the old Xbox Pro. Let's put that on here as like the bus. Yeah, we'll take that. It's cool. And then everything else should be good. So now I think the default is nothing. Let's make sure.
I know it's coming.
I am not hearing anything obvious. So I'm going to turn off the verb. We're going to do that in another. What we are going to try. Let's try their pitch. Let's just have some fun with it. Let's see what we.
I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence. I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
And then this plugin, they've got gain. Is that an input or an output stage?
I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my ever.
We're keeping her pristine. We don't need any of that. But let's come in here.
I know it's coming by His word.
A little bit. A little bit's good.
I know it's.
Never mind.
I know it.
Too loud.
I know it's coming by His.
Too loud. The signal going into that is too hot.
I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined.
So this is why I try to mix the high point of the song first, because I like to dial in the compression and get that just locked, and then reverse, go back to the verse, the pre-choruses, anything like that, and back off the parallel compression so that it's a little more natural. But in this section here, we're going to need that compression, but I'm not.
So I know it will.
Ooh.
So I know it will. Yes, it will.
You know what we're going to need to do? Let's try the spectral here. Let's see if that'll work to kind of take care of the.
So I know it will. Yes, it will. Work for me. I know. So I know it will. Yes, it will. Work for me. I know all things. They work together.
I'm not mad at that. I like that. Okay. Let's see what she sounds like.
So I know it will. Yes.
No. We need. Let's go here. And first, let's back off.
So
right back in the mic. It sounds great, but okay. We're gonna have to fix that. That's not fun. We'll just throw that there. That's its own section. We can't rely on. Okay, so no to the multi-band. How's the comments coming over here? Got you guys, man. Thank you for hanging out with me. What do we got? Kentrell, been following you for years, man. I appreciate that. Gospel artist, dude. Can't be lazy, man. You gotta go for it. I just did a video in the Mix Academy, and I said something in it about, I asked my wife how long she thought I worked on my low end, and she said 6 to 8 hours, I think is what she said. And I laughed. I was like, come on, I have probably spent 6 or 8 hours thinking about the low end on a mix, but I think she was, the sub pack here behind me was going for 6 or 8 hours. She just probably assumes that that's the whole time is low end. Jerry asks, are you mixing into a limiter, or is it just nailed the gain staging? No, I'm definitely mixing through a limiter. There ain't no nailing gain staging like that. Making sure I check my inputs so that the tools work for me the way that they're intended. You saw me a couple of times really focused on the gain staging into trigger. For compressors and stuff, I'm always tweaking it, but I'm not like gotta hit a certain number. I'm just feel and going and making sure I don't get distortion from it. But my 2-bus, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of this. I mix into virtual mix bus, and I mix hot into it. Watch this. It's gonna blink at us red probably.
I know it's coming.
Where there's some drums.
Wait for me.
So I'm pegged there, and if you don't hear distortion, there's no distortion, right? So now I do hear records. It's crazy because I know a lot of people use this. You can hear it on iTunes. If you go listen through, sometimes you'll have like little like kind of crackly distortion, almost like a vinyl vibe. And it's this. If you hit it too hard, watch what happens. We'll back off and. Yeah, you can hear that. So that's a problem. We don't want that. I typically do mix hot and then have to catch myself and dial it back a little bit, but I've designed the template so that I can do that. We'll dial our bus compression in here, and then we'll talk about what we were going to say there. Let's go 410 auto here. Now, for years, I've used the auto, and then I'll just kind of flick over and check, does fast or the second fastest release work for the song, and then I move on. But the auto, I really took some time, and I give a shout out to Joe Carroll, did a video where he talked about it, and he called auto the smear button. It's very true, man. It can work, and it can work great. I've used it on a ton of records, but it definitely serves as kind of a smear factor. And so if you do use that, you may take advantage of the mix knob up at the top right and pull that back. Just feel it out, see what feels good to you. But let's dial it in. I think I like this for this song because of the movement, the energy. I like the fastest release. The parts, the bass is all over the place, got nice tight kicks. I think fastest release is going to work. We'll see. But I'm hitting it hard to kind of hear the quality of what it's giving me, and then I'll back that off, dial it into taste. The other thing I'm looking for is if I need to sidechain, my template, I have it sidechained to 50 hertz. I like a lot of low end in my kick and in my bass, and so I'm really listening for that to see how's it feeling. I want to see my kick and my snare moving the needle of the bus compression equally. And so if that's happening, I'm pretty good with that, and then I'll tweak this towards the end of a mix. But just to kind of get it feeling, compressed, feeling it. Without it. Yeah, it's giving us a nice grip. I may back off of that a little bit. And then we're going to move into Golfos. This has been a go-to for me a couple years now, a year or more. And I play with this towards the end of the mix. I just kind of mix through it. And then at the end, I'll play with the brightness a bit. I'll play with the low end a little bit. With my new kick system, with the Mixing Modern Worship kick system, I actually go around this. I've committed the processing so that if anyone uses the system, they also will go around the 2-bus. We'll talk more about that another. That's kind of getting fancy on you, but I do use VTM from Slate Digital. This has a hefty low end bump, and I love it because I know that I'm going to add a lot of low end. Why not start with a ton of low end? I've bashed, what do you call it? Top-down mixing a little bit, but not so much the concept of top-down mixing, the improper use of it, where people just have plugins on, they leave them, EQ, boosting top and bottom and all this, and then you import tracks from an engineer that's recorded things really well, and they've committed top and bottom, and it sounds really good, and then your hands are kind of tied with it. So this is on all the time. This does cause that low-end bump, but I'm prepared for it with my mixing style, kind of mixing through it. And so we're hitting this pretty hard too. Not digging the snare in the bus compression. I like what it's given us, but I'm going to back it off a bit. That's better. And we're moving on. So I have mix A, which is it's essentially my mix bus. That's my stereo bus compression, the processing you see here. I may do some mid-side EQ, depending upon the genre. I won't for this, but I may turn on like the Studer or some other things and drive it and try to get some character from the 2-bus. Mix B is parallel compression. And how I know if I need to use that is as I'm mixing through the limiter, do I feel the need to, let's pull that up. Where's that? Plug in that. Oh, it's up in the top where it should be. If I feel the need to go louder, I use parallel compression on the whole mix. We'll show that off here. Let's see if we need it. Okay, I don't think we're going to need it. We're at about 8.5 and we haven't really mixed the vocal. And then we still have the background vocals to get in. This new Apple snap into the center thing is not going to work for me here. Yeah, so parallel compression, if I needed it, I would hit it. A little faster attack, faster release. And then I'll blend that in parallel. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 compressors. Sometimes it's 3 or 4. I may even stack a limiter on there and just create just a really nice sounding heavy compression version of the mix and then blend that in parallel. But I don't think we need it for this one. And we are doing clipping into limiting. So we can even just clip an extra half dB there. And we're going to, be right there in that sweet spot. -7 to -8 is kind of where I land. Some masters, I'll take it to -6 or so if the client's really wanting it. And we've got some other releases from major artists that have pushed it that hot. We may end up competing in that sense. But I don't know, -7 to -9 even is a nice sweet spot. You still get some dynamics. You still have punch. And you can still compress the snot out of everything and make it sound great if you choose, or back off and still kind of lock your low end, compress that hard, but leave more openness to the rest. I'm blabbing. Let's see, where are we at? So we did, I don't know, we just kind of got this roughed in and then got the drums going. So let's go to the top. Let's hit play and see how our balances are feeling. I know we got a lot of work to do on that vocal.
Will work out for me.
And that's too much modulation for her. Teaching and mixing at the same time, man. I tell you, I do some silly things when I try to talk the whole time. I don't think we need that. Let's pull that off. And then, we'll leave delay. Let's see if we can get a little, you know what? Let's listen to, instead of the plate, let's go to a new track. We'll call it lead verb for a minute. We want that to be stereo, not mono. Send the verb to my all effects track so I can mute or automate all the effects at one time. If a section's too wet or something, I can kind of dial that back, or you got like a full stop with the band. You can just mute the all effects bus and then all your delays and stuff will be killed for that moment. So that's why I do that. Lead verb. Let's try this Xbox thing here. Feels like a commercial. I really am just testing the plugin that he sent me and giving it a shot and liking a lot of what I'm seeing. My voiceover is being processed with this as well through Ecamm Live. And then commit that, and then after the fact, I'll add a little bit more compression and EQ if I need it. But let's see what we got here. So dark hall, this is 100% wet, right? I think it is. Time, so this is the amount. We don't want any of the dry signal. So now we can pull the dry out, and now we have a reverb send here. So probably send some, I don't know, 100% of it, right? Let's go.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Not bad.
I know it.
It's kind of cool. Nice sounding plate.
I know it's coming.
Ooh. That's nasty. That's a little too long, but is it left, right? Or is it up and down? Yeah, it's up and down. Let's make that like 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds.
I know it's.
It's the lowest it'll let me go. Okay. Tilt EQ, we're gonna go a little warmer.
I know it's coming. By His word, it's predestined. You see, I have the substance of.
No, I think we're good. But I am gonna add. Let's go to my favorite de-esser. Got the Lindell de-esser here, right there. And we're going to put that in front of the verb so the verb doesn't even get hit with...
I know it's coming. By His word.
And it's the verb, so we can be aggressive with that de-esser. I just don't want any of it in there. Spilling on this one. And then that's a nice sounding verb, man.
I know it's coming.
I think we need more of it, more volume. That's cool. Let's go like 4 dB up.
I know it's coming. His word, it's predestined, you see.
I think we need some delay as well, my friends. So let's do it. Let's go new track. Let's call this lead delay. I have some stuff in my template, but I'm feeling inspired. You guys hanging out with me here. See how we're doing. Incredible day, man. I appreciate you. Paulo. What's up? What's up? Witness the light. Is that Hallie? What's up, my friends? Appreciate you guys joining me, man.
I know it's coming. His word, it's predestined, you see.
Okay, so we're putting some delay on. My go-to is just a Valhalla, but let's try this Xbox. Surely it has so Xbox Pro, and does it have a separate for the delay Pro sound effects? Let's see what delays are in here. Chorus, saturation, megamod, phaser, unison. Nope, wrong one. Xbox space probably. Yeah, oh, there's a delay built in the same one. Okay, cool. So dry out, delay up. This is just an eighth. Let's just see what happens. Let's duck it a little bit. Let's play with this. We don't need the verb, but that's here. I don't think that matters. Delay. Is there a setting for the delay, or are these just verbs? Okay. So the delay, we just have this down here. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's go back to the verse.
I still believe that by.
Yeah, we're going to have to automate our reverb. That's just too long of a decay, too.
I still believe that by faith. I know it's coming by.
I'm not hating that. We'll just pull it back a little bit, and then we'll automate it back up. Let's get a delay in for her, though. Can you guys tell the ADHD is real, man? I'm struggling to stay focused here. Let's get that delay.
I still believe that.
Where's my delay? Send lead delay.
I still believe that by faith. I know.
Oh, I didn't send it. You guys probably heard that, but I didn't. That was crazy.
I still believe that by faith. I know.
I need more controls for my delay. Is it not showing up? What's going on here? Valhalla. Yeah, there we go. Delay. And we're going to go. My default's not in here. My template. I got to move that over here too. We got echoes, guitar, tape, guitar, heaven. And we're going to, 100% feedback. We're going to back that off a bit. With color, I think we're fine on everything else. Let's try that. That's a little bit much. Let's just take this down. Whoops. As fancy as that looked, it was unintentional. Let's grab. There we go. We want a high cut. Low pass filter.
I still believe that by faith, I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence is.
Tell you what Xbox could help us with is some compression. Let's even out the delays. And I think smooth might be great for this.
I still believe that by faith, I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my.
Okay, less feedback, quite a bit less. And I actually think I want some top end to it.
I still believe that by faith, I know it's. I still.
I don't know. We'll see.
I still believe that by faith, I know it's coming by His word. It's.
We're going to go to a verb with our delay.
I still believe that by faith, I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence is. What I say is what I see. There's no doubt in my mind it will work out for me.
Very dynamic there. We're going to have to ride this vocal quite a bit, I think. You know what we might do? Let's check out. Where's our lead vocal level? Let's rock this X Rider. Let's see what we get from this thing. Just keep it locked in there.
I still believe that by faith, I know it's coming by His word.
Let's try an eighth. That's not an eighth. And an
I still believe that by faith, I know it's coming. I still believe that by faith, I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence is. What I say is what I see. There's no doubt in my mind it will work out for me.
Yeah, baby.
Yes, I do. I know it's coming.
Hey, thank you, bub. Appreciate you. Is that a throat
Sorry
coat?
It took a while.
It's okay. Is that a throat coat?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Mommy put honey in it. I might have not started enough, but.
High five. I'm on camera, so I don't want you to be. You're getting ready for bedtime. Okay, so her vocal.
I know it's coming.
A little bit muddy. Just a little bit muddy. Let's turn this Pro MB on again. Let's focus on this down here.
I know it's coming. His word is predestined, you see.
We definitely need our de-essing.
I know it's coming. His word is predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence is what I say is what I see.
Is that an airband on top of being a de-esser? I don't think I've ever touched that, but I was like, air, that sounds fun.
It's predestined, you see. I have the substance.
Okay, sounds good.
I know it's coming. His word is predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence.
We're gonna have to do some serious clip gain. You know what? Let's try to not have to do some clip gain. Let's throw this on X Rider, except he's got one. I can't remember. Maybe we open this up a bit, and from here to here, I don't know. Never really used Vocal Rider before, but sensitivity. So I gotta learn what this means here. But let's give it a shot. And then what did I do? This vocal is the one that okay. And then that's our clarity. I didn't think we needed it really with that one, but let's copy the X Rider and let's see what this does for us.
I know it's coming. His word is predestined, you see. I have the substance.
That's not enough de-essing. Cancel.
I know it's coming. His word is predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence.
Yeah, this vocal, we're going to have to ride this a ton. Okay, stop being lazy. I got to get to it here. So my belly is grumbling. I've got a tea to drink, and I'm thinking that it's time for me to get this vocal sounding good in like 10 minutes. We got 10 more minutes. If you guys are hanging out with me, I'm going to stay live for a little bit more. Appreciate you guys hanging out, man. If you have any questions, let me know. And what we're going to do is get the vocal compressed a little bit more, get that sitting right, and clip gain it. And then I'm going to break for some food, a late dinner for me. So let's just kind of play with this vocal a minute. And something is super sizzly in this department. No, it might be the bells or the... What's that? What is that thing? The chimes. Okay, how are those feeling out here? There's something soloed? Yeah. Way too much for those sections. Let's hear it out here because maybe we just need to drop it at the beginning. And I'm not playing around. We got to get you guys chilling out a bit. Appreciate you guys hanging out, man. Definitely check out the links. We got some free stuff for you guys down there too. I think I've got my mixing headphones guide. That's a free one. I can't remember what else I got. I put down there for you guys right now, but I'll make sure it's there. And if you don't see it, go ahead and email me to support@themixacademy.com and we'll get you hooked up. Make sure you get the free tools. And then, we got to send this to, what do we have it before? Percussion, right? I got stuff all over the place. The loops are going to the wrong place. Let's go. Whoop. Percussion, chimes, and then that's a percussion, and then these all need to go to percussion. A lot of individual tracks to kind of get featured here, but let's do this let's see if we can make the spectral work for us here. Just put that there and just crush it.
What I say is what I see. There's no doubt.
Is there a threshold knob? Do you guys know in Pro Q4 for the spectral? So how do we activate? Just drag it down. Oh, okay, cool, sweet.
What I say, what I say is what I see. There's no.
Okay, that's wild how good that is. I would not be mad if we sent that to our lead delay and got some decay from it.
What I say is what I see. There's no doubt in my.
That was too much, and it still got too much top end. So we're going to leave that spectral there, and we're just going to pull this guy.
What I say is what I see.
She pulls forward there. Okay. From the top, let's just hear what we got. We got some breaths going on there. We'll go ahead and clean her up. And then I like to fade into the breaths. So we'll go in slip mode and just do this.
I have a promise God made.
And so like that right there, what I would do, make her a little bigger. I won't do this whole thing. I'm not going to bore you guys and stay here the whole time. But we're going to split that and just fade into the breath.
God made to me that my eyes haven't.
Although it didn't really sound good right there.
God made.
So we're going clip gain. She's got nice control of her breaths. Let's pull that back a little bit for now.
I have a promise God made to me that my eyes haven't seen yet.
Okay, and then X-Rider's failing us so far. I'm failing to set it up correctly, but we got to get that up.
I have a promise.
This first one is a little weird.
I have a promise.
Okay, so I don't mind. I'm excited about this being different, I think. But that's too loud for that water falling kind of vibe going on. Let's just pull that way back. Yeah, still there. Still got some qualities of that sound, but definitely more the regular chime. Trying to stay focused on this vocal here for you guys.
I have a promise God made to me that I have a promise God. I have a promise God made to me.
A little heavy on the de-essing there for that one. So there's quite a few. When you have such a dynamic vocal like this and she's moving on the mic, it's going to be quite a bit of automation. So I'm going to go in here with clip gain. I'm going to pull things in, pull things out. I'm going to starts and stops of phrases. I got to go in on this vocal. It's going to be some labor of love, but we're going to make that happen. Probably not right now, though.
I know it's coming.
Like, so this needs to come up. Let's pull that up. Where do we?
I know it's coming. By His word, it's predestined. You see, I have the substance. I know it's coming. By His word, it's
So this one comes in a little weak. It looks like it overlaps. What are we getting here? We solo them.
by His word.
So she's cutting herself off a little bit. I'm just going to pull that down a bit there. And then they're sharing the same channel. So I'm going to have to do something like that.
I know it's coming by His word.
Much better.
I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see.
A little jumpy. We'll pull her back a dB or two.
I know it's coming by His word.
from before the S, all of this. I'm going to break it in.
It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for. Am I ever dead?
This whole section right here. Fear not, we're going to get this up in the mix. Something like that should work.
I have the substance of things hoped for. Am I ever?
And she starts out strong and then kind of backs off a bit. So we're just going to kind of balance this going into that section.
I have the substance of things hoped for. Am I ever? I have the substance of things hoped for. Am I ever dead? Is what I say is what I hope for. Am I ever dead? Am I ever dead? Am I ever dead? Is what I say. Am I ever dead? Things hoped for. Am I ever dead? Is what I say is things hoped for. Am I ever dead? Is what I say is what I see. There's no doubt in my mind. God can't lie and He won't.
All right, so you've seen what I'm gonna do now for the whole song. I'm gonna go word by word, phrase by phrase. I'm gonna work this in. I may back off the vocal compression a bit in the verses here at the first section, just so she feels a little more natural. Let's hear. She needs some.
I have a promise God made to me that my
These delays, I'm not mad at them. They're a little dry. May need to send some more to the verb. But for the first section, I don't want almost any top end.
I have a promise God made to me that my eyes haven't seen, yet I still believe that by faith I know it's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and my evidence.
And then we're going to automate that to open up the delays a little bit after that first kind of intimate section. Let's hear that again.
It's coming by His word. It's predestined, you see. I have the substance of things hoped for, and
How's that piano in the... Oh, that's got to go to the right. Bus.
Yes, I do.
All right, you guys, I'm sticking around for a minute. I got to mix this piano. We got to get this one sitting nice. So let's go faster attack, faster lead. You know what? Not a fastest attack. Let's just kind of hit that transient a little bit. Okay, and then let's go Studio B. We're going to go close. We're going to use the same drum room mics for the piano. Just a little bit. And we're going to go fall. Actually, we'll do a little blend of each one. And then large wooden room. It's under LG wood room. wasn't loving that texture for that one. And then now, you know, Greg Wells has got a piano plugin that's pretty cool. I like that one. Let's hit it hard and see what some... I might hit it with the Fairchild as well, but let's back off the input. We don't need the doubler for... Well, some gospel cats like that doubler. What's that old unit, that hardware unit they used to double? Do a piano, keyboard piano, like an actual piano sound, but then the you guys are going to know, I forget the name of it, whatever that chorusing box is. I get that like digital piano sound and then blend it in a little bit. It can sound pretty cool. I like it better without it. It's warmer. We're going Fairchild and 670. I may have chosen the wrong one. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Quit. This one. And then there's a go-to for me is Piano Starter. Is that bad boy out? Piano Squeezer, start here. Yes, you know what? I think I want to add a little bit of stereo dimension D on this bad boy here. Okay, let's see. It's a little heavy on the compression, but what matters is what we hear in the mix. So let's check that. Okay, that piano's battling the vocal a little bit, so we're going to come in here and do some mid-side EQ. I'm going to put this down the middle, and I'm just going to take out the middle stuff that where her vocal's really going to live is kind of in here, right? 800, 700, 800 hertz, all the way to kind of like 2, 3K is going to be like the sweet stuff. And so I want to pull out the piano a little bit in that range. And you can just feel kind of the piano wrap around to the sides a bit. It's because a lot of what he's playing is in that range, and so that should free up our vocal a bit. find some of the bass ear candy, and we're going to see if we can't make this sound a little less muddy. It's just a little bit. We'll save that for our kick. If we sidechain, I don't know that we need to, man. It's feeling pretty good. Hey, you guys tell me, what do you think it sounds like? Appreciate you, man. Roshan, appreciate you guys hanging out. So this is a case where some of those notes were muddy around here, but not all of them. We could do a multi-band, but I may automate that at Q. Yeah, because we take that out, it cleans it up quite a bit from what I'm hearing, but that's going to ruin our small speakers. We're going to check on smaller speakers, and we'll mix the bass there. Overall, the subs are feeling really good with it. Let's hear some of these tom fills. There's some noise. Yeah, that sounds terrible. It is not the toms, though. I think it's a bass slap. Oh, look at that. Oh, we did our bass edits while we were listening to the rough, and I forgot to go back and put my clicks and pops. I'm getting clicks and pops because I didn't put the fades. I did on that one, but let's hear it. Is that first little click important? Versus. No, it's not important. Okay. Let's just look quickly at the bass. We got some stuff out here. And I grouped them, I think. Yep, cool. So we'll just throw these on real quick so we don't get the clicks and the pops. I have to do this, edit the gaps between the bass because of how much low end I put in the mix. And then the Saturn, this right here, I'm using to increase. Let's listen to the bass with and without Saturn, and you'll hear it kind of shrink a little bit. Well, that's not fair because it changed the... What is that doing? I don't like what that did to the top end. We need some of that as a slap bass, some of these parts here. Yeah, nice fullness from that. Great recording, man. This is very little that I need to take credit for here. This is Rico, whoever recorded it with him. So we're just cleaning these up real quick. Make sure that the gaps, because I boost so much sustain in the bass, we get... I don't know, that's kind of... No, we don't need that. Sometimes you got to be careful editing too much, deleting things because the bass may pulse right before sliding in or something and give us something that's musical. And we don't want to just delete that because we're in a rush or anything. So we're going to make sure we respect this stuff. Like that right there. Let's see. Not really important, right? But could be. If it were, we would have kept it. Yeah, so like this, we got some clip gain to do on the bass because some of these slaps need to come up. And actually, probably both of those up. Clean this up a little bit tighter because that will start rumbling on us, but all that's good. Cool. All right, guys, I think it's time for me to eat a little something, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you want to, I may pull this down. I'm not sure. Put it in the membership, but I'll be starting some live streams on the channel. I've got let me show you. I put some time into this here. I'm gonna come over here. I got to get the starting soon. You know, I got some scenes for it. Closer scene. I got to get my, what's that called? Change the scenes here. But there we go. Cool. I'm gonna listen. Let's listen from a little further out here. No vocal. We got some automation to do. We got some cleanup. It's gonna take some time to EQ that vocal. We got all the background vocals, man. We forgot the backgrounds. So we got stuff to do. This mix is, I mean, look at this. No EQ, no nothing. We got to balance these. We got to solo them, listen to it. We're going to respect the producer and make sure the things that he's put in the mix, we at least give it a shot. We may mute some things. We may get rid of some things, but we want to at least respect their effort and give it a shot. So that's something where I would solo that against the piano, the bass, and the vocal, and I would see, what do I need from this? Okay, so I'm going to make a note. That bass guitar, that one right there came in a little bit transient heavy. I think we could just slide into this a little bit, tame that transient with the fade. Maybe even more. Yeah, we gotta cut that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to be listening for stuff like that. Here's another one. It looks like it's going to be, yeah. But in the mix, there's enough covering it that we don't feel that like attack coming forward. So we're just going to listen for any of those that feel unnatural. And cool. Okay, so where I'm at with this, that right there, I'm going to hear so many things. I better cut it and go get some food and I'll put the kids down, but let's see what we got here. That's a part where I want that up. And we need some more of this guy. Probably a lot more of that snare bottom. And how far down do I want to pull that? 4 or 5 dB. Not quite. Okay, and then we want a little more top end on this. So what we might need to do is automate the snare bottom to have more top end for just that one hit, that roll. Leave that there, and then actually that doesn't, the snare bottom doesn't have any of that, and then I don't think I want that for anything except that roll, so we're going to automate. For those of you still hanging out, man, don't forget to check out those links. Drop me a like if you would, please. Again, I don't know if I'm going to keep this video on YouTube. I really want to get you guys some new content here next week. I've got a webinar coming your way. It's going to take you through so many great things, man. Really working hard to serve you guys and come up with some great content for you. Snare bottom. Let's hear it in the mix. A little bit too loud. Let's pull it down a little bit. And then we need like some reverb, like a little reverb throw for this thing here. Let's go large wooden room. Too much, but I like it. And then we're gonna, so minus 12.3. So we're gonna pull it up. Oh, minus 12.3. Something like that'll be fine. Yeah, man. Let's let that one ring out a little bit too, huh? Not muted. Cool. I'm going to break that apart. All right, guys, I'm going to go catch up with the wife, my children, make sure I say goodnight, give them some loves. We've been staying up kind of late. It's 11 o'clock already, so I'm going to go love on them. And, man, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. We'll definitely be posting this inside of the membership. Definitely check out the links. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, man. Would love to hang out with you. Definitely check out some of the videos if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel. And look forward to hanging out with you. And we'll see you next time.